No, it's the legal that I owe the attorney.
Oh,
No.
so you got an attorney and they were representing you, and now they want you to pay their fees.
Right.
Yeah, that's a bit of a doozy. 'Cause see, with the BCC RSS, we represent ourselves. We don't need attorneys.
Right.
So yeah, it's like when, I mean, let's think about it for a minute, because I do get a lot of people on here thinking like, how do I just get rid of debt? Or how can I get free money? Or how can I, yeah, so the fact that you were in a contract or an agreement with someone who provided a service for you, I would almost say that this is a lesson for you, and that you might, that, I mean, you can try it, but in your situation, it's the lesson of, I'm gonna start representing myself and not have an attorney, you know?
Right. Right. For
Yeah.
sure.
So
One
I
here.
don't know. It's with that, it's a bit complicated, yeah. Because it's just learning these lessons. Yeah. I had someone recently ask me like, it's just a quick little story, but maybe it will relate to your situation too. Um, they were telling me about a lady who was in a hospital. Somehow she got someone else's credit card mixed up in her purse and she went home after being in hospital. Then what she did was she went to spend, she bought herself a meal and a few other things online with this other person's credit card. And then a cop came to her house and asked her about it, and she got a bit nervous and she said, "Oh, no, no, I didn't do it." And then another cop came later, and then she said, "No, no, no, I actually did do it. And you know what? I'm so sorry, and I'm going to pay all this money back. And I just, I've learned my lesson." And then someone asked me, can the BCC RSS help this person not go to court, because she was now having to go to court? And I said, no, it can't. Why can't it? Because the person needs to learn that lesson of never spending on someone else's credit card, like that's not being a good human being. So I feel like in your situation it's the same thing, but you've already learned this. Now you know this. Next time something happens, you don't need to go get an attorney for anything now, which is great. You can actually represent yourself all the time with this one thing. So in your situation, I'm not sure that this document is going to be able to help you on the because of the fact that there is this thing where you went to go and get help from an attorney, which is nothing right or wrong with it. It's just the way things are. Sometimes we just do that, and we don't know, how can I represent myself, So it's, yeah.
Great practice.
Yeah.
Go ahead, drop it in the case, because it's just good for everyone to know this anyway. Let the system know, by the way, you guys are all fraudulent. Like, we're burning this bitch to the ground either way. Like, you know. So it's good to just always send the message out there, even if it doesn't help in this case. From this point forward, oh, you're gonna be shining a bright light, and you'll never need another attorney ever again.
Yeah, conditional acceptance. But I love this information you're sharing. Sorry to cut John off. So I wasn't being argumentative. Anything you can share is a blessing. So we appreciate.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to share with you guys that, if you ever do need to use a legal name, I mean, we never use legal names. This is, the birth certificate. If you ever go to court, you never ever say the legal name, because even saying your name at all can be assumed it's the legal name. Do you kind of get what I mean?
Yeah. Can I ask you a question real quick? Is that you're from? I'm sorry, Australia? Did you say? Yeah.
I was born in South Africa and I spent a lot of time in New Zealand, but I sound Australian. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So we're here in Florida, well, in the U.S. I don't know where you are now, but is this good in any country, or is it restricted to?
Any country, because it's got to do with the birth certificate. And every single country, if you don't register your child, there are massive consequences, eh? Oh, they'll come for you. That's all. It traces everything from the system itself, traces back to the birth certificate. And so this is why this document works in any country, no matter where you are. You know, the system is the system. And the only way they were ever able to do this is with the birth certificate. So, you know, if you're, I know in some African countries, you know, the people are living in poverty. I don't even know if they register some of their children, you know, but these people are out of the system. They live, you know, like in tribes and stuff, and they don't need to obviously pay tax and all these things. But we can actually, this is the point of it all, is we can actually live in the world and live a good life and be free, even if the system exists or not, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
There was another question. I'll just quickly, it's already 6:35. I don't want to keep you guys too long. We can go on for hours about this. Someone had a question about loans and mortgages. And they were like, I know there's some stuff going on online about, you know, how do I get rid of my loans? How do I not pay for stuff? How do I get rid of my credit card debt? You know, so this is how to be a good person. This document really just hones it in on like spiritual development as well, because that's all it is here. It's like how to be a pure, loving human being. And I had a call the other day from someone